You're not wearing that, are you? Mom stood at the bottom of the stairs, arms crossed, eyes judging me from head to toe. I looked down at my plain black shirt. Why not? It's clean. It's your sister's engagement party, Ethan. At least try to look like you belong in this family. I bit my tongue. Right. Wouldn't want to embarrass the golden child. Mom didn't reply. Just walked away muttering something about how I always make things difficult in the living room. As Sienna twirled in her designer dress while Tyler leaned in and whispered something that made her giggle like a child. I hovered near the doorway, trying not to be noticed.
Ethan?
Sienna called. Can you help move the champagne crates from the garage? I'm not a waiter, Tyler chuckled. Well, you're not a guest either, mate. I clenched my jaw. Fine. In the garage, I stared at the neatly stacked boxes. Every label screamed expensive. I lifted one, nearly dropped it, then heard Dad's voice behind me. You could try being useful for once. I'm carrying alcohol for people who'd rather I disappear. That useful enough? He sighed. Don't make a scene. It's her day. It's always her day. Dad didn't answer. He just walked away like he always did. Back inside, guests were arriving. Laughter echoed through the halls. Mom floated between groups like a politician, glowing in praise. And every word about Sienna felt like a punch to my gut. She's so graceful. She's marrying up. She got the brains and the looks, not like her brother. I pretended not to hear, but I heard every word. In the kitchen, I found a quiet corner, just me and the ticking wall clock. Why are you sulking? Sienna appeared with a flute of champagne. It looked like a kicked puppy. Maybe I'm tired of pretending this is normal. She rolled her eyes. Oh, please, not your victim complex again. I'm not the one who gets praised for breathing. I think I didn't earn this. I worked for everything. You just sulk and expect people to hand you sympathy. I don't want sympathy. I want to not be invisible. She smirked, then stopped acting like wallpaper. I stared at her. Does Mom even know? I exist when you're in the room. She's proud of me. You should be too. Proud of you for what? Locking down a politician's son? Good for you. Jealousy's ugly on you. I turned away. I'll be in the garage. Let me know when I'm needed to sweep crumbs. As I walked off, I caught Tyler's voice from the hallway. Kid's bitter as hell. And Mom's soft reply, ignore him, darling. It's just ... not like her. No, I wasn't. I spent the rest of the day moving quietly, clearing glasses, lighting candles, checking lists I didn't care about. No one saw me. They saw a helper, a background extra, not Ethan, just Sienna's brother, the afterthought. Later, that evening, I stood by the window, watching the sky turn orange. You okay? Dad asked, breaking the silence. Sure, you know she doesn't mean to overshadow you, I shrugged. She doesn't have to try. He nodded slowly. Try not to ruin her. Night wouldn't dream of it. But something in me cracked, and I couldn't shake the thought, why does everyone expect me to stay quiet, ... while they keep crushing what's left of me? I was hanging up jackets in the guest room closet when Tyler's coat slipped off the hanger. A folded paper slipped from the inside pocket. I picked it up without thinking. Handwritten, cream-colored, my sister's name on the front. But it wasn't Tyler's handwriting. I opened it. Last night was unforgettable. I hate pretending. Around her, just a little longer and we'll be free. Love, Marla. My stomach dropped. What the hell? I read it again, slower this time. Every word felt like acid. Who was Marla? Why was Tyler writing this? I glanced at the door. No one. It's just me and the truth in my hands. I shoved the letter back in his pocket, heart racing. Should I tell Sienna? She wouldn't believe me. She never does. But could I just ignore it? No, not this time. Later, I caught Tyler alone near the wine cellar, sipping from a glass like he owned the world. Hey, I said, stepping in. He looked up. Need directions. Again, I pulled the letter from my pocket. Drop this. He tensed. Where'd you get that? Doesn't matter. Who's Marla? He smiled. You went through my stuff? It fell out? Sure it did. You gonna tell Sienna, or should I? He took a slow sip. You won't. I will. No one's gonna believe you, Ethan. He stepped closer. You're the bitter brother who's always got a problem. She's my sister, and I'm her future husband. Play your role. Stay in your lane. I clenched my fists. You don't get to threaten me, I don't have to. Everyone already thinks you're a screw-up. What's one more accusation from you? I opened my mouth, but footsteps cut me off. What's going on? Sienna stood at the doorway. Nothing, Tyler said smoothly. Ethan's just confused. She looked at me. What are you doing down here? I found something, Tyler interrupted. He was snooping through my jacket, trying to cause drama. What? Her eyes narrowed. Why would you do that? Because he's cheating on you, Sienna? I held up the letter. This isn't mine. Guys. She snatched it and read the first few lines. Then she crumpled it. You forged this? What? No. It fell out of his pocket, do you? Hear yourself. She turned to Tyler. Are you okay? He nodded, looking heartbroken. I don't know why he hates me. Stop, I shouted. You're seriously buying this? Couldn't let me have one day, could you? She snapped. You always find a way to ruin everything. I'm trying to protect you. No, you're trying to get attention. You think I want this? I didn't make him write it. Leave Ethan. Sienna, please, I said. Go. I stood frozen. My hands were shaking. She wasn't even looking at me anymore. Behind. Her Aunt Melissa walked in with 2 glasses of champagne. She froze, sensing the tension. What's happening? I was just leaving, I muttered, brushing past them. Outside, I let the cold air hit my face. I paced the driveway like a ghost. My chest felt hollow. I had proof in my hands and still lost. They all saw what they wanted to see. I wasn't part of the picture. The ballroom glowed with string lights and polished smiles. Laughter, champagne, fake compliments. Fake compliments, everything looked perfect. But my gut told a different story. I stood near the back, invisible as usual, pretending to sip from an empty glass. That's when I saw Tyler. He whispered something to Sienna, kissed her cheek and slipped away. Alone, I followed. Down the hallway, past the restrooms, he leaned against a pillar, phone in hand, grinning at the screen. I crept closer, wish you. We're here instead of her, he whispered as he typed. I froze, my chest tightened. That smirk, that tone, same filth from the letter. He chuckled to himself. Still think no one will believe me? I said, he jumped. Jesus, man, you stalking me now? Just making sure you're not screwing her over again. You're pathetic. You're a liar. I told you stay in your damn place. I stepped forward. I warned you. He pocketed the phone. You really want to ruin your sister's night again? She deserves better than suddenly the door beside me flew open. Nathan, a waiter with a tray of champagne, backed into the hallway. I turned too fast. My elbow caught the tray. Crash, flutes shattered. One bottle flew. Red wine arced through. The air straight toward the ballroom, straight toward the cake. Splat silence. Every head turned. There it was, the 5-tier engagement cake, smeared in wine and glass shards. Oh my God, someone shouted. I stepped forward. It was an accident, R. You kidding me? Sienna's voice cut through the room like a blade. Tyler rushed in behind me, hands up. He followed me. He's unstable. Wasn't I tried? You ruined my cake. Sienna shrieked. I didn't mean Tunathon bumped me. Nathan backed away. I didn't see, of course it's your fault. Mom screamed, storming toward me. You always find a way to ruin things. I wasn't even supposed to be near the cake, then why were you sneaking around? Tyler asked. Loudly, you've been acting weird all week, people whispered. I felt them staring. I caught you texting someone else. I shouted. Gasps. Tyler's eyes widened. What are you talking about? He said, I wish you were here instead of her. That's not to Sienna. Are you serious? He turned to the crowd. He's making this up. It's obsessed. With me, I'm not. You need help. Mom snapped. You've been bitter from the start. Found the letter. I saw the messages. That's enough. Sienna's voice cracked. Just go. You don't believe me? Leave? She screamed. This isn't about truth. It's about you making everything about you. See? My voice broke. She turned her back. That hurt more than the yelling. Tyler put an arm around her. It's okay, babe. He's just lost. And then he smirked. Right at me. That smug, perfect grin, victory in his eyes. I looked at Mom. Don't look at me like that, she said. I warned you. I told you to behave. I was trying to save it. A hand touched my shoulder. It was Derek Sienna's ex. You all right, man? I blinked at him. No, I'm not. Chelsea whispered. Something to Sienna. She glanced at Majest for a second, then looked away. Unbelievable, I muttered, stepping back, all of you. I turned, pushing through the crowd. Laughter returned behind me, shaky and forced. Outside, the air was cold. I sat on the steps. Nathan came out a minute later. I'm sorry, dude. Shouldn't have backed into you. It's not your fault, I said. He hesitated. You were right about him, weren't you? I nodded. Nathan sat beside me. You going back in? No? I'm done trying to be part of that world. He looked down. Still sucks how they treated you. I stared up at the stars. She's marrying a lie, I said. And they'll figure it out too late. But you'll still be the bad guy always. But this time, I wouldn't be silent anymore. I didn't even pack a bag. I just walked. Out. Down the street. No coat. No words. Just silence and shame sticking to my skin like sweat. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. Till the fifth ring. Aunt Melissa. Aunt Melissa. I picked up Ethan. I heard. Are you all right? Not even close. Come. Here. I've got a couch and leftover lasagna. I blinked. You sure? Ethan, get in a cab. Now. I didn't argue. Her apartment smelled like cinnamon and books. She opened the door in fuzzy socks and a worn college hoodie. You look like... Hell, she said. I feel worse. She pulled me into a hug. You're safe here. I dropped onto the couch. Thanks. She handed me a blanket. What happened? I stared at the ceiling. They all turned on me. Over a cake. Text over him. Tyler. I nodded. He's clever. The fake humble type. I found a letter. Watched him texting someone else. But when I spoke up, no one listened. She finished. They said I was jealous. She sat across from me. They always made you feel small. I tried, Aunt Melissa. I really tried to keep quiet. Stop. You don't need to explain. I just wanted her to know who she's marrying. She will. But you can't wait around for karma. You need to show them. How? Facts. Proof. Strategy. Be smart. Be calm. I looked at her. You sound like a lawyer. She smiled. I read too many courtroom thrillers. I laughed barely. You want tea or whiskey? Whiskey? Attaboy. That night I couldn't sleep. I sat at her small dining table with a notebook. I wrote down everything. The letter, the texts. The hallway confrontation, Tyler's smirk. The waiter accident, his threat tie, underlined smirk. 3 times the rage I'd buried. For years was no longer hiding. It was awake. I stared at the page. I'm done being the problem, I whispered. He is. Next morning, Aunt Melissa slid a plate of eggs toward me. You look like you were up all night. I was. She glanced at my notes. You writing a novel? Building a case? Good. I need help. Like stuff. Retrieving deleted. Messages? Maybe finding security footage? She raised an eyebrow. You know your cousin Lila works at that AV shop, right? I stared. She's brilliant. She owes me a favor. I grinned. This might actually work. Now you're thinking like a Rivers. I looked up. Do you think they'll ever believe me? She paused. Does it matter? Maybe. No. Ethan, what matters is you believe yourself. The truth doesn't need applause. It just needs light. I nodded slowly. I'm going to end this, I said. She raised her mug. To the quiet ones who don't stay quiet forever. I clinked, mine against hers. No more silence. It was time to make noise. You sure this is legal? Leela asked, sliding the flash drive into her laptop. I looked over her shoulder. Does it matter? She smirked, spoken like a true black sheep. All right, let's dig in. I watched her fingers fly across the keyboard. She was barely 19, wore mismatched socks, and had a scary talent for hacking into things she shouldn't. So this footage is from the catering company? She asked. Yeah. Aunt Melissa got me their email. I asked politely. She raised an eyebrow. Polite extortion? Called it a request for accountability. The screen lit up, time-stamped video clips loaded one after another. There, I said, pointing. Pause. That hallway. Just past the main dining room. She scrubbed through the timeline. Got it. Time of impact. Right after the wine spill, maybe 10 minutes later. We watched in silence, and then dash bam. Tyler, with a woman in a red dress, dark hair. Not Sienna. She grabbed his collar. He pulled her in. They kissed. Quick, hungry. I sat back. That's not friendly. Leela leaned closer. She even fixes his tie afterward. Ballsy. That's Marla. She paused. The frame. Want me to zoom and enhance? This isn't a spy movie, Lila. She laughed. Right. But this is gold. Want it saved? Absolutely. Every angle. She clicked through a few more folders. No. About those texts. What's this? About an iPad? It's in the upstairs office at home. Dad's old one. He never updated anything. It auto-syncs with all our Apple devices. She grinned. You beautiful accidental genius. Later that night, we drove to my parents' house. Quiet. Empty. I used the spare key under the pot. 10 minutes, I whispered. In and out, Lila. Tiptoed beside me like a secret agent. Why do I feel like we're robbing a church? Because in this house, Sienna's God. We crept upstairs. I found the iPad in a drawer under a mess of receipts. Lila fired it up. No passcode. Boom. Navigated through iMessage. Tyler's name popped up. What a moron, she whispered. Dozens of texts, deleted from his phone, but still here. Can't wait to sneak away again. You looked stunning in red tonight. Just one more kiss before I go back to pretending. Exhaled. We got him. Lila plugged in her drive, backing it all up. You're a lifesaver. She shrugged. Just promise to name your memoir after me. How about thanks, Lila? The Truth Files. I like it. Back at Aunt Melissa's, I stared at the laptop screen. Footage, texts, timestamps, a timeline even a judge couldn't deny. This isn't for Sienna anymore. Oh, I said. Aunt Melissa sat across from me, arms folded. No, she chose. Him over me? They all did. So why do this? Because someone has to see it. Out loud. In public. Melissa nodded. You want everyone to know who he really is? And who I'm not? She smiled softly. Then do it. No more whispers? I opened a new folder. The truth about Tyler Green. One click. One file. Everything ready. Now they wouldn't just hear it. They'd see it. I opened the brunch hall door like I owned the place. Forks froze. Conversation stopped. Snapped to me, Sienna blinked. What, ... are you doing here? Mom stood up. Ethan, leave. Now. No. I walked to the TV in the corner. I'm not here for small talk. Tyler stood. This is private. I won't be long. I plugged in the USB. The screen lit up. Sienna stepped forward. Ethan, what is this truth? Tyler moved between me and the screen. Don't do this. The room went still as the video played. Tim, the woman in red. The kiss gasps. Gasps A. Glass shattered. Tyler's dad rose slowly. What is this? Ask your son, I said. Tyler laughed nervously. This is fake. Edited, really. I tapped. The remote. Next clip. The hallway. Different camera. Same kiss. Then the iPad screenshots. Just one more kiss before I go back to pretending.
More gasps.
Sienna's hand went to her mouth. I didn't send that. Tyler shouted. I looked. Right at her. Check the iPad upstairs. It's synced. He deleted it from his phone. Not the cloud. She backed away. ... Don't listen to him, Tyler said quickly. He's doing this because he hates me. No, I said calmly. Because I loved you. All of you. And none of you believed me. Sienna stared at the screen. Her perfect day. Crumbling, Chelsea whispered, "That's the red dress girl." Oh, she was at the party. Mom's face turned pale. "Ethan, why would you do this here?" "Because doing it quietly didn't work." Tyler's dad snapped. "You brought this family shame. Talk to your son," I said. "He brought it." Sienna looked at Tyler. "You said I was all you wanted." Reached for her hand. "I do. I made a mistake." She stepped back. "You lied to me." I panicked. "You kissed her at our engagement party." I was confused. "You're disgusting," she whispered. Tyler looked around. "Are we really going to believe him over me?" Derek from across the room stood. "I believe him." Others nodded. Even Nathan, the waiter, stepped forward. I saw him. After the spill, Tyler looked around, panicked. "This is insane." Sienna turned to me. "How long have you known?" "Since the letter. Before the party." She swallowed. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "I tried," Mom muttered. "He caused a scene." "No," Sienna said, voice flat. "Tyler caused it. Caused all of this." She looked down, then turned and walked away. No tears. No words. Just gone. Tyler called after her. "Sienna, please." No answer. He looked at me. "You think you won? She's still broken?" "No," I said. "You are." Tyler's parents grabbed his arms and pulled him away. The room emptied fast. Only. She looked at me. Not angry. Not proud. Just ... defeated. "I wanted peace," she whispered. "I wanted truth." She turned her back and walked away. No apology. No hug. Just silence. Aunt Melissa came up beside me. "You okay?" I nodded. "I think so." She smiled. "You did what you had to do. I just... ... didn't think it would feel this quiet. ... What truth sounds like," she said. At first, I looked around the empty room, then down at the remote and smiled. They saw it now. Nothing could erase it. A full week. No calls, no messages. Until one afternoon, my phone buzzed. "Sienna, I saw it all." That's all I can say right now. No apology, no explanation. Just silence with a period. I stared at the screen for a long time. Didn't reply. I didn't need to. Aunt Melissa walked in, holding a basket of laundry. "You okay? Got a message from Sienna?" "Yeah, she saw everything. Did you say sorry?" "Nope." She shook her head. Figures. I shrugged. I don't even think I expected her to. Melissa sat down across from me. "I hope you know what you did was brave." "I wasn't trying to be brave. You stood alone. That's enough. Her friends know." The story's spreading, let it. Tyler's family pulled the engagement announcement. Deleted every post. Let them hide. I leaned back. I thought I'd feel proud. I just feel done. She nodded slowly. "That's what. Closure feels like it's not always loud." 2 days later, I stood in front of my old house with a backpack and a box of my stuff. I unlocked the door and stepped in. It still smelled like expensive candles and denial. No one was home. I walked to my room. It was exactly how I left it, untouched, unloved, forgotten. I packed the rest of my books, a few shirts, my guitar, footsteps. I turned, half expecting Mom, but no one came up. I peeked out the window. Sienna, upstairs, watching our eyes met. She didn't wave, didn't open the window, just stood there. I raised my hand slightly. She blinked and turned away. I zipped my bag. Done. Back downstairs, I paused in the hallway. Family pictures lined the wall. All smiles. All fake. I found the one from my high school graduation, me, standing 2 feet from the rest of them. I took it down, tucked it in the box, not for nostalgia, just for the reminder at the door. I hesitated. Mom still hadn't called, not once. I could have burned the house down and still been invisible. I locked the door behind me. Aunt Melissa's car waited at the curb. She leaned out the window. You ready? Yeah? Want me to honk at the house on the way out? I laughed, tempting. You sure you don't want to say something to her? She already said it. With silence, Melissa nodded. Then let's go. I slid into the passenger seat. We pulled away. I didn't look back, because for the first time, I didn't need them to see me. I saw myself. The mail slot clicked. I wasn't expecting anything. Bills, probably. But on the floor sat a plain white envelope. No return address. Just my name, handwritten. I stared at it for a second before picking it up. Back at the kitchen table, I slid a butter knife under the seal. One sheet of folded paper, a sticky note stuck to the front. I'm sorry, I see it now. S. I sat down slowly, unfolded the page. Tyler's handwriting. Sharp, arrogant, familiar. Last night was unforgettable. I hate pretending around her. Just a little longer, we'll be free. The same letter, the one I'd found. The one that started it all. I ran my fingers over the paper. She kept it. She found it again. She mailed it to me. No excuses. No explanations. Just those 6 words. I'm sorry, I see it now. Later that night, Aunt Melissa peeked into my room. You okay? Yeah, she nodded toward the paper in my hands. From her, I nodded. She sent the letter. Wow, she didn't try to fix anything. Just sent it. That's something? It feels weird. What do you mean? I thought I'd feel vindicated, proud, but I just feel still. Sometimes peace isn't loud, Ethan. She believed him for so long, and now she doesn't. Too late. Melissa sat beside me. So what are you going to do? I folded the letter. Nothing. Sure? Yeah, she's not the same, and neither am I. The next morning, I opened the drawer by my bed, placed the letter inside, gently flat. It didn't need to be framed or burned. It just needed to be put away. A part of the story, not the ending. I zipped my jacket and stepped outside. New city, new street, new sky. I walked past the cafe I liked. The one with the dusty windows and the old lady who played jazz on the sidewalk. I bought coffee. Sat on the bench. Watched people. No one knew my name here. No one whispered. And for once, I didn't care. I sipped the coffee slowly. Melissa texted, "You settled in okay?" I typed back, "Yeah, I'm good." Because I was. Not every scar needs revenge. Not every betrayal needs a war. Sometimes the best answer is walking away and never needing to look back.